Dennis Pogue is the project manager for the distillery at Mount Vernon. George Washington had a whiskey recipe, and they've been brewing it up again. He's also the author of Founding Spirits. Apparently, Washington a fan of whiskey.
Well, he was, but more than that, he was a good businessman, and so the reason that he started a whiskey distillery was because he hoped that he'd make money from it. But and we didn't know this really until we started the project, that not only did he have a distillery, but it was one of the largest in the country. In 1799, he made almost 11,000 gallons of spirits, which is right at the top of the spectrum.
Yeah, that's pretty big. So this is a bit more sophisticated than some backyard moonshine.
Absolutely, and we don't like the term moonshine because, of course, Washington paid his taxes, and by definition, moonshine is illegal.
Okay, so he wasn't hiding in the woods or anything, or smuggling this in the cover of darkness.
No, he wasn't. It was a big distillery. It was located right next to his grist mill. Of course, it's there because that's where the raw ingredients are coming. It had 5 stills. It was a 75 by 33-foot stone building, so it was a pretty prominent operation.
All right, so what kind of drinker was George Washington? How would he prefer this drink?
Well, whiskey was becoming the popular spirit of the time, but it was pretty cheap, and it was pretty raw. They knew that aging in barrels improved flavor, but frankly, most people didn't care about that. So the whiskey that Washington was made would have been an unaged, clear whiskey.
All right, so you were heading up the project actually to take the original recipe and to mix this up and to age it. And apparently it's, $185 a bottle, but it's pretty popular?
Well, it is. What we've done is, again, Washington's whiskey would not have been aged. We've been making that actually for a couple of years and sold it a couple of times for $85 a bottle, and it has always sold very, very quickly. We don't make large amounts of it. We make enough to make about 400 or 500 bottles for sale. But at the same time, people are real interested to know what it would taste like if it was aged, and so we said we would do that. And so what we have just done is that we brought out an aged rye. It's been in barrels for 2 years for $185 a bottle, as you said.
So inflation has hit whiskey, too?
Well, Washington's whiskey, he was selling his for about 60 cents a gallon. So you can do the math and see how times have changed.
Yeah, they have changed. So how does it taste? How would you compare it to today's whiskey?
Well, rye whiskey was the popular, it was what most whiskey was made of at that time. Now, of course, that's not the case. Bourbon is made primarily from corn, and so it's a sweeter profile. Rye is kind of spicy in general terms, and so it has that flavor to it. The unaged is, has had no benefit of being in a barrel, so it's just as it came out of the still. The stuff that's been in a barrel for 2 years takes on, some of those flavors, that come from being in a barrel. So it definitely, it's not unlike some premium rye whiskeys that are available in ABC stores today.
If someone wanted to get their hands on a bottle of some Washington whiskey, how could they do so?
Well, it's going to be tough. We put the aged whiskey on sale Saturday, and as of yesterday, it was sold out. 475 bottles.
Wow.
So all I can say is, we don't do it. We do it a couple times a year. Just look at our web page. We put notification there. But when it comes out, if you're not willing to come in a day or two, you're probably going to not be successful.
Dennis Pogue, with a taste of American history, is the author of Founding Spirits. I'll put a link on my blog at 1069thefox.com. It's 8:15.
Today, my judge.